So, how do you set up a good stereo system in your place? How do you have a nice stereos in your place? First things first, you have to have a good stereo receivers, turntables, and speakers. Secondly, you have to have a good audio speaker cables, and you have to have a good cartridge to your turntable. The receiver, it's very important in your music room so you can have a good stereo system and a good quality sounds in your music room. If you're going to buy a cheap stereos, maybe, but very rare that you're gonna have to have a good sounds, you know, you have to spend a good amount of money to have a good stereos. You have to have a good audio cable. You have to have a good speakers. Okay, because this all this guys is important, you know. So I set up a good speakers from a Sansui, and a good Sansui receivers and turntable. So when you have a good setup and when you have a good stereo system, it will give you a good performance. Okay, it will make you satisfied. It You will appreciate the sound quality. You will appreciate, you know, your stereo system. And when you play your vinyl record to your turntable, you will have a very satisfying feeling. This is very important when you set up the stereos. Back in the day, I started when I don't have the money yet. I buy those cheap ones. I started from a very low, cheap receiver, Radio Shack, RCA, you know, and then I remember I went to Sanyo, and then I went to, move up a little bit, you try and try, this is many years ago, and I went to, you know, JVC, then Techniques, and then Kenwood, so you're leveling up, years and years and years. But I remember when I don't have enough money to buy expensive stereos, I started from the bottom, which a lot of people started from the bottom, you know, and I experienced each and every one of those stereos. And I remember I buy turntables, like cheap ones, like plastic, very cheap turntables, and then trying to experiment the sounds and studying and learning, which one is good, which one, and I started like, the cartridge and the audio cable and the receiver, you know, the turntable, amplifier and speakers. So I started from the bottom. And then years and years, you're improving and you're improving. And then you start, moving up, So until today, now that I have a good stereo system here, Sansui's, Marantz, Luxman, you know. Then the sounds that you were looking for, you know, you're getting the sounds that you've been looking for many years. And then, you know, you're getting satisfied with the sounds and the good quality speakers, you know, the turntable, you know. So many years, you know, I've been searching and searching and, you know, doing the VS test and different receivers, you know, and the sounds. And there's many sounds out there from different brands, you know, from Sansui, Pioneer, Toshiba, Kenwood, Marantz, you know, Sansui. So there's many more from Harman Kardon, Luxman, Lafayette, all these expensive, even Macintosh. I've listened to the sounds of Macintosh because a friend of mine that owns a store where I got this Sansui. He has some Macintoshes, and I almost buy that Macintosh. You know, he's selling for 2,500. So I almost, but I controlled myself. So I said, I don't know, but I experiment all the sounds, different sounds from different, you know, receivers and amplifiers, even a small one here. You know, I love to experiment, and I love even the speakers. I love to experiment, you know, the sounds from different receivers and amplifiers, and that's how you improve yourself, and that's how you know, you become a good stereo guy, and you become a good when it comes to vintage. And you know, even a friend of mine that owns a store, you know, you have to experiment, you have to know, you have to keep, you know, playing with all those stereos and different brands, and you know, so you will have knowledge, you know. And then when you have the knowledge, that's what he told me, when you have the knowledge for many years, even just looking at those receivers, you can tell, reading, you know, the the watts in the back of this receivers or amplifiers, you can tell how many ohms, you know, how many watts, you know, how many channels, you know, is it quad, is it, you know, four quad, or is it, you know, all those stuff. And you learn, and you become, you know, good. And then that's how you start having, you know, good stereos in your music room. So when you have a good stereos in your music room, you love to hang out there. You love to spend time there. You love to drink your red wine or white wine and just listen to Eric Clapton, you know, Wonderful Tonight, you know, song, and whatever songs. And you will just enjoy playing your records because you have a good stereo system already, and you have good speakers, you know, and you have a good receiver, powerful receiver that can push a good quality sounds to your speakers, so you can appreciate the sounds that coming from the vinyl records. So these are the things, guys, that, you know, new beginners need to learn. And the new generation, if they are going to start collecting vinyl records, or they want to have a vinyl turntable player or receiver or stereo system in their home, you know, you have to know, and you have to have a good stereo system. You know, there's a lot of stereos out there, there's a lot of receivers and amplifiers and turntables. You just have to look. So if you're like college students, or you're a beginner, or you just turned 25 to 30 years old, you know, you start liking, you know, vintage stereos, then, you know, if you don't have money, save your money, save and save until you have the money to buy Sansui or Marantz, you know, or Luxman or Aquaphase or even Macintosh if you want. So a lot of stereos out there, guys, that you can have, and you just have to look and you have to know what you want to have and what you want to buy, so you can set up in your place to have a good quality sounds of stereos. So this is stereos, guys, that I've been looking for, especially this Sansui QR 4500, and I fell in love with this because it's amazing. It's not boring receiver to look at, and when you turn this knob on, you will see, and it's beautiful. So let's turn it on so you guys can see. It's a beautiful piece, 4 quad, but you can connect it with 8 speakers at the same time. My Marantz 4430, you can only connect 4 speakers, but this one can connect 8. You know, it's amazing, amazing stereos that I have now. And I'm slowing down buying and buying, and unless I'm buying and selling it, but I'm slowing down buying it for myself because I bought a lot of stuff for myself, and I collect a lot of stuff, for myself, and I filmed, I made movies from those stereos, and then later on I sell it, yeah. So too much stereos, guys, it's too much, and it's not easy to just let it go. I mean, not a lot of people has money, not a lot of people want to spend a couple hundreds or more for this kind of stereos, because nowadays this generation, they like to buy those Bluetooth speakers, like this. So nowadays they like to buy JBL or Marshall or Bose, um, you know, or even other brands, but they like to have this now because this is very easy. You just connect it to your phone, and it's wireless, and you can carry it anywhere you want to go, and you have music. So today's generation, guys, is very different from the 70s and 80s and 90s. So, and I believe it's cheaper to buy Bluetooth, you know, than this. But for others, like, I grew up with this, guys. I grew up with this, I started when I was very little, messing around with stereos like this, and until now, you know, um, I enjoy and I love the sounds of, you know, um, the receivers, amplifiers, because they're different. And when you have big speakers like Sansui, you know what I mean? The sounds is just different. Bluetooth is Bluetooth, but this vintage is different. That's my opinion. So, setting up stereos, guys, you have to have a good stereos, and especially speakers. You have to have good speakers, and all of it, guys, all of it. You have to have a good stereos. Um, you have to have a good turntable and a good cartridge, so you can enjoy your vinyl records, And I don't know. I'm still looking for Marantz. I still wanted to buy that Marantz 1000 from a friend of mine, and I'm gonna find a way. I have two JVCs amplifier. Maybe we can swap it. I'll trade it in with that Marantz 1000, and he can make some money. He can make some money from those JVC. If we sell it 200, then he can make 400. He's selling that Marantz, I believe, 200 something. The 1000, and I like it because it's vintage, the vintage look. It's not like this. And the Marantz, especially with the with the black face. To me, it looks kind of like modernized. Those Marantz. So the 1000 Marantz, it looks vintage, and let's turn this off. It looks vintage, and it's nice looking. I like vintage looks, and that is why I traded in my Marantz with this, because to me that Marantz is modernized, and it's just very heavy, guys. Very heavy. Marantz, it's well built in, and it's really solid and sturdy and heavy, and that's how they build Marantz. This one not really, because these are like old models, but the new ones, the Marantz, it's just heavy, heavy, heavy. Even my Luxman, I have the 713R, very heavy. So I had to let it go, because, boy, I don't know how I'm going to carry that, 10 years, 20 years from now. Who knows? Um, if you're still there, I mean, that thing is very heavy. So now I'm still younger. I just want to let it go, because I don't want to deal with it when I get older. And man, it's not easy to carry that. You need two people to carry that when you get older. Yeah. So, yeah, guys. My simple setup here. This is my, my music place here, where I spend my time and relax and enjoy my records. I know I have to stand them all up, because it's not good like this. I have to do it like this. Yeah. But yeah, this summer I'm gonna start selling again some of my stereos in the garage. I have more. I have to let them go, you know, and make some money, and that would be my less problems. Yeah, and live the moment, So there it is, guys. Simple, you know, Japanese looks, in Japan, guys, in Tokyo, Okinawa, Osaka, you know, this is how they set up. A lot of people set up their stereos like this. Some of them are on the floor, they're not on the shelves. Some, you know, stereos, they're all facing different ways like this, crisscross. That's how it is in Japan, guys. So there it is, guys. Beautiful, beautiful stereos what I have here, and I enjoy spending my time here. So that's the most important thing, guys. You have to enjoy and appreciate, all the hard work and all your stereo system, what you paid for, so you can invest your stereos until later on. When you want to sell it, you can still make some money. So get a good stereos, guys. Invest a good stereos, because later, I don't know how many years, you want to sell your stereos. When the time comes, the price of the stereos, they go up, guys. They go up. Many years, the stereos are not that expensive like today. If you look in Facebook Market, eBay, man, those stereos, this vintage stereos, the price, they keep going up and up and up. I can never believe, the stereos go up like that. It's crazy price now. Before, many years ago, I've seen the price in eBay, and let go. Man, they're cheap, and after COVID, everything went up. The economy, the gas price went up, everything went up, and even people want to price their merchandise a high price, and the shipping and handling. So that's crazy. But it takes time to sell stereos in eBay. It takes time, it doesn't take one day, 1 week. If you're lucky, maybe. It takes time. I've been selling I'm sold online, sell Facebook Market, Let Go before, eBay, and I know how it is. So it's good. Just this is only like a sideline job. Maybe a little part-time job. Um, you have to have a good good job that pays well, and you have to work full-time job. You know, so hobbies, guys. This is my hobbies, and I enjoy stereos and amplifiers, and I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna live with it forever. I'm a music lover. I enjoy it since I was a kid, and until now. So many, many more years to come, and enjoy my stereo system. And so are you. You guys enjoy your system, and enjoy your receivers and records, because if you really like vintage stereos and it's your hobbies, nobody can take that from you. No matter what other people says, that's in your blood, in your body, in your soul, that you love music. So other people, they have different hobbies. Other people, they have different likes and wants in life, and we're all different. So guys, I hope you learned something from this video about setting up stereos for the new beginners, the new generation that will like vintage stereos, and if they want to buy and have vinyl records in their house. I hope this video will help them. you know so guys, thanks for watching, and if you did not click the subscribers yet, please do, and I appreciate for doing that, and I will see you again next time. For now, I say konnichiwa.